And what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It indeed has been a minute since you guys have seen this purty face and heard this magnificent voice, hasn't it? I know I've been gone for a minute now, and I'm actually gonna read you guys' comments on here because on my phone because my computer is run off of battery right now. And gotta make sure the brightness is all the way down where I can barely see anything, so that the stream can go in a decent amount of time. So already we got somebody here. We got Colton the guy. What's up, Colt? How you doing? How's Raw? Or how was Raw? I assume it's over by now. Pretty interesting, man. WWE's throwing all the big bombs at us right now. They're like, WWE Championship match. Then on Friday, guarantee you, Roman's there. It's like they keep on throwing these giant things at us. It's great. WWE's trying to throw all the haymakers they can right now, which is honestly a smart tactic to do. So we got another stacked week in wrestling. We've got, what is it? Raw on Monday. Is NXT still on Wednesday or is it Tuesday now? I think it's Tuesday, right, Cole? Raw on Monday, NXT on Tuesday, Dynamite on Wednesday, and then we Page and Smack Fridays. Thursday, I'm pretty sure WWE has something on Thursday. Maybe 205 Live or something. I don't know. I can't remember right now. But, yeah, I hope everything's working great. Let me, you guys are going to hear probably an echo for a second because I'm going to test out the stream. Great. Let me, there we go. You guys can hear me. Great. The audio is going to sound a little bit crappy for this stream only because I have my mic right here. And the problem is I couldn't find the cord for it. So the crystal clear HD audio will not be in this video. It doesn't really matter anyways because these streams end up being pretty pixeled anyways. Like, I'm pretty sure I could turn the, I could turn the quality up all I want, but it's a stream, so it'll be a little bit less than usual because, streaming usually fluctuates and stuff like that. But Colt says, I didn't watch it. My head was killing me. I'm just keeping up. And Sheamus and Priest had a banger and a steel cage match. NXT is on Tuesday. Great. I did not know if it was on Tuesday or not. But I thought they were. But yeah, I guess to get into the stream real quick, me and Colt and my other friends, we had all went and seen Extreme Rules live. Went to the actual show, and I'm pretty sure me and Colt are going to be doing a live review on Extreme Rules pretty soon. I do want to go back and rewatch some matches just on pay-per-view, just to see if I missed anything, because there were a few matches that I either was using the bathroom for, or I went and got a drink or, got something to snack on, and the lines were so long. So I missed a little bit of the 6-person tag match. I missed a little bit of that. I missed a little bit of the Belair and Becky Lynch match too. So I'm probably going to go back and rewatch some matches. I definitely want to rewatch the Triple Threat back, the main event back, just to kind of get a new perspective on it. Just so that I can kind of prepare for when we do the live discussion on Extreme Rules, which will be happening pretty soon, most likely. That's good. I'm glad Big E won. Big E should stay champion for a while. Although here's the thing I've noticed. The WWE Championship has become outvalued by the Universal Championship, which is weird because for a long time, the Universal Championship was viewed as below the WWE Championship, whereas now the Universal Championship has skyrocketed past the WWE Championship. I think it's because of Roman. And I think that the WWE Championship will be used for guys who you want to see as world champions. Like the WWE Championship is going to be that world title that can actually change hands. Whereas the Universal Championship right now is on lockdown. It's on lockdown. The only way that I see Roman losing that belt anytime soon, and when I mean by anytime soon, I mean in the next year and a half. If he loses that belt, first of all, he won't get pinned. He won't get submitted. And if he does lose, it'll either be out of the wrestling control, like something just happens and he either has to vacate the title or there's just some way he can't defend that title, whether it's stuff like injuries or anything like that, which, I hope doesn't happen at all. But as far as people actually pinning Roman Reigns, I don't see anybody pinning Roman Reigns anytime soon. There's nobody on that roster that I think that WWE is ready to have beat Roman Reigns, because Roman right now is the top tier talent in WWE. He's one of the most popular superstars they have. He's one of the what's up, Aiden? How you doing? He's one of the most over guys they got. He looks like $1 million. His promos have improved immensely. Just his whole character, his whole persona, to me, is what draws. He is the main event WWE. He draws people to WWE. Whenever Roman ain't there, it just doesn't feel right. If Roman ain't defending his belt, it just does not feel right. And I'm not trying to say that all the WWE champions were, irrelevant, because you got guys like Drew and, Bobby, and I'm a big fan of Big E. There's not that guy that nails it like Roman. I thought Bobby was trying to fill it out, trying to do his own thing with it, but Roman was just nailing what he was doing. And I think Roman is the guy right now in WWE. I don't see anybody beating him. How's it going, Aiden? How you doing? Yeah. Roman is absolutely the guy. He is their top guy right now, and I don't really see them putting anybody above him right now, because if they're going to put somebody above him, it's going to be younger talent. And younger talent, I really don't know, because I don't count like guys. I don't know. I don't count. I guess I could count Big E as younger talent. I mean, he's only been there since like 2012, 2013. So he's been there for a minute, but I'm talking like guys who come up from NXT and have been the roster for a good 4 or 5 years that have worked their way up to the main event, because a lot of people think that when they come from NXT, they're going to go to the main event immediately, which doesn't happen most of the time. And I'm glad it doesn't happen most of the time, because most of the time, these guys, if they do get pushed to the top of the mountain that fast, they're not ready for it yet. Or they get pushed up there and people don't react to them. They did it too soon. People didn't know who these characters were, and you introduced them way too early, and you put them into the top way too early, and nobody knows who they are. So they're like, it's like you listen sometimes, like Rhea Ripley is a good example of that. I love Rhea Ripley, but they brung her and up to the main roster and immediately skyrocketed her to the main event and immediately skyrocketed her to the championship. Sounds great on paper. It is great on paper. She was a champion, but in how much time did it take to become the champion? How much time did it take her to become the champion is what I'm saying. Like, people watch that and they were like, whereas like Kevin Owens, that took time. They took years, like a year or two before he became the champion. Damian, they even took their time with him where he came up with Bad Bunny, which looking back on it was a great thing, because it gave him that guy to work with on the main roster that could really propel Damian Priest to where he's at right now. Damian Priest is pretty over right now. He gets reaction. He comes out. I believe him as the U.S. champion. He fits the part. I love the new main roster look, which at first I wasn't really a big fan of, but I just don't see those new talents that's coming up that's going to dethrone Roman Reigns. Like, I really don't. I thought like maybe Karrion Kross, not anymore. and I'll get to reasons why probably either later in this stream or in Colton's stream. I thought Karrion Kross. I'm like, Karrion Kross is the one guy, if they did right, I could see dethroning Roman. But it's just some people they debut in the main roster and it's immediate success. The others they debut and it's like, oh, you know. Now at one time I thought Keith Lee as well. Keith Lee, which really it wasn't his fault for whatever happened, but at one time I was like, yeah, Keith Lee for sure could beat Roman Reigns and be the next guy. As far as just younger talent goes, though, I just don't see them put anybody there, which doesn't mean they don't have good young talent. I mean, they do have Cesaro, who's been there for a minute. They do have guys like Seth Rollins, who's been getting, you know, pretty good reactions and treated very well from WWE. And, you know, you had guys like Daniel Bryan, who was there, Finn Balor, who's back in the main roster. I just don't see – I can't even think of a guy right now on that roster that could beat Roman. I just don't know, especially if he beats Brock. If he beats Brock Lesnar, I really don't know who they're going to get to beat Roman Reigns. I really don't. Maybe at one time I thought Drew could be that guy to dethrone Roman, but Drew lost to Roman. So I don't know. I really don't know. I have no clue. I'm going to read some of these comments. I got to read them on my phone. What's up, Randy? What's up, Aiden? I thought I already said what's up to you. I think I did. I'm doing good. I had a director marathon of James Wan's films. He is honestly one of my favorite filmmakers working today. Yeah, I love James Wan. It could have been Alistair or Buddy, but I can see hopefully Cross being big and Priest. See, even those guys, though, like Alistair, maybe if he was booked right, which they were working on, which honestly, Alistair could have been a great foe for Roman. But, you know, it's funny to me that my favorite version of that character was the Father character, which was, or the Dark Father, whatever that gimmick was. That was my favorite version of Alistair because it was so interesting. And I thought he would be an amazing, amazing foe for Roman Reigns because him and Roman have that same vibe. Him and Roman, you know, he is kind of the king of the darkness. Roman is the tribal chief. It could have been a great thing. WWE definitely wasted time with that, wasted money. They poured money into that. It wasn't cheap. The whole animation stuff, the whole gimmick, the way it was not cheap to do that gimmick. I know it wasn't. Priest, I see him doing good in the mid-card right now. I'm not saying I don't see him being main event material, but he's pretty good in the mid-card right now. We need to give Priest that time to climb the ladder to the main event. To where when he does get to the main event, everybody's like, yeah, Damian Priest. They all know who Damian Priest is. There is a website. They sell Blu-rays, and it's called Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah, I know what Vinegar Syndrome is. Lee can still be a top guy if they book him right and they drop the ball. Yeah, I agree with both of those comments. I do see Keith Lee, if he's a heel, being a really, really good heel. But the thing is, I'm tired of guys. This is a big pet peeve with me, and I'm not trying to hate on WWE. This is what I'm sick and tired of. Whoever's in charge of faces and heels needs to learn how to organize faces and heels better, because the faces, there's maybe a handful of them that are done good and get good reactions. The heels get better reactions than the faces do. Why is it people are cheering Seth Rollins and cheering Roman Reigns? Which I get it. I mean, they're still getting booed here and there. But what I mean is the heels are done perfectly. Perfectly. I wouldn't change a single thing about the heels. Ali's a great heel. Randy was a great heel, but he's always a great heel. I guarantee you Keith Lee will be a great heel. Bobby, in my opinion, was a great heel. Cedric and Shelton and MVP, all great heels. The whole Hurt Business was a good heel faction. I guarantee you, if they would turn certain guys like Ricochet into a heel, it'd be great. Mustafa, I think I already mentioned him, but he's a great heel. They have so many good heels, but when it comes to baby faces, it's like none of these baby faces get over. The heels get more over than the baby faces sometimes. Like Drew does get a decent reaction. Liv Morgan got a pretty good reaction. I'm trying to think. But a lot of these baby faces, like obviously Priest, obviously Hardy got good reactions. And I think Keith Lee, instead of me turning, like if it was me doing it, I wouldn't turn Keith Lee heel at all. Because you need, even though you can have all these great heels, think about it. If you have all these great heels, you need to have good baby faces too. It can't all just be heels. And I get it. It's like, well, there is baby faces there. But the heels get so much more over than the baby faces do. And I think honestly, it's just what it is. The baby faces are already shackled enough. They are already caged down enough to where they are limited to what they can do. They can't stray too much to the villainous side, because if they do, then they become the bad guys. So they're already it's pretty hard to be a babyface. But being a babyface in WWE is probably one of the hardest things you could do, because not only are you already tied down to what you can do as a normal babyface, but with their regulations and their rules, you're even more tied down. So I think that they need to loosen up on the baby faces, let them do things a little bit more naturally, cut natural promos. Why does the heels sound so much more natural as heels than the baby faces do? The baby faces, most of the time, you can tell they're reading off a prompter. I can see their eyes reading scripts. And I'm like, bro, like, let them talk. Let the baby faces talk. The heels, you let Roman talk. I'm pretty sure Lesnar is not scripted. I'm pretty sure Seth, most of the time, isn't scripted. You're letting all these heels talk. I don't know. Is Bobby not scripted? I mean, they don't sound scripted. If they are scripted, they do it the right way. The baby faces, though, I can tell. Where, like, you could tell most of the speeches are the same. Or you'll be like, hey, Bianca, she's a babyface. She just said the same thing that this other person said. Or, hey, that babyface said something. I don't know. Maybe it's just me going nuts. I don't know. But they really do need to get that next big babyface, because we need it desperately. We thought it was going to be Drew. We thought it was going to be Keith. But we need that next big babyface. We need it. We had two major heel champions. We need that big babyface, which I think is going to be Big E. Because Big E is getting this reaction that is like unheard of. Like Big E he's over. He is massively over. But I think you need to let Big E do his thing. Like, don't give Big E a bunch of babyface promos talking about how I fight for, they're not that cheesy. They're like, I'm fighting for honor and justice. But let Big E be himself. Let him cut his own promos. Let him have fun. And everybody already loves Big E. But, like, please do not try to give him these scripts like some of these other baby faces be getting, to where I'm listening to them read these scripts. I'm like, oh, God, like, what is this? I don't know. I'm going to read the comments now. Oh, crap. Everybody blowing up in the comments. What's up, Trenchy? How you doing? A little bit early on that Christmas thing. Also, there was no Drew tonight. Really? No Drew tonight? No McIntyre? On Raw? That's weird. People love the bad guys. Yeah, I mean, people do. People do. But to be honest, though, back in the day, though, and I'm not trying to compare it to the old stuff, but there was always that over baby face. RVD was really over. Batista as a face was over. Rey Mysterio was one of the most over baby faces. There was a lot of guys, even if we go back to like 2000, I don't know, let's go back to 2015. You had Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler. You had Dean Ambrose. In the beginning, you had Roman Reigns, where people loved him as a face. In the beginning, I remember them days. Y'all can't say you hated Roman from the very beginning, because I remember people cheering for him in the beginning when he went solo. But you had Dean Ambrose was a big baby face back then. Bray Wyatt became a baby face for a while. I probably not in 2015, but if I really think about it, Sting was a pretty over baby face then. He was getting cheered. Granted, he didn't do much in WWE, but he still got cheered. 2015. Ryback got a decent reaction. It wasn't like he got booed. Kalisto got a decent reaction. I'm trying to think of big baby faces back then, like 2015, big baby faces. Because Seth Rollins was the big heel. Randy was a baby face back then, but I wouldn't say he was this huge baby face. But you still had guys like even that, like Dean Ambrose, Daniel Bryan, Dolph Ziggler, all guys that were over. And if I think about it hard enough, I'm pretty sure I can come up with some more, but I can't remember. 2015 is kind of blurry to me, But 20. I guess you could say Neville. Neville was a pretty over baby face in the beginning. I don't think Chris Jericho was a baby face back then. Kevin wasn't. Wow, I'm really going back in my mind. Sami Zayn was an over baby face. Sami Zayn, wow. I will never understand why they dropped the ball with face Sami Zayn like that. I mean, you're on like it's Christmas. Oh, it's like Christmas. Hey, your boy being compared to the holiday. You know what? It has been a minute. It has been. And you know what? I will get back to making regular videos again. It's just I have to get a new computer. I want to get an editing software. I'm trying to save up money right now. But as soon as I get those things, I'm back on YouTube. I just got to get an editing software and a computer. And I want to get decent software. And I want to get a decent computer, which costs money. So it'll be a minute before I upload regularly again. It's a hard thing to do. Some of the fans turning on them left and right for no reason. True. That's the thing that bugs me too, is that these fans turn their backs on the baby faces. Which is annoying to me because if you're a heel and you're getting cheered, you can kind of get away with it because you're being so entertaining as a bad guy. But as the good guy, you got to get cheered. You got to get cheered. Because if you get booed, they don't like you, and you're not the good guy. You need to be cheered if you're a good guy. You need to at least get a reaction. Your goal as a wrestler is to get a reaction. If you get no reaction or you get booed as a babyface and cheered as a heel, that's not good. You need to make sure that the heels get booed and the faces get cheered. Point in case, there are a lot of guys, I'm not trying to be that guy, but in AEW, there are guys who are heels that get booed and faces that get cheered. Christian Cage is a babyface, gets cheered. Punk, babyface, cheered. Omega, kind of mixed. He's a heel, but he gets face and heel reactions. Mostly heel. The Young Bucks heels, they get booed. Even back in the day, like it's really with WWE right now, and I don't understand it. I don't know if it's the fans. I don't know if it's the booking. I don't know if it's just because these characters aren't over right now. I don't know. But they need to really focus on that because they can take a good guy and make him a bad guy and do it perfectly. Pitch perfect. I don't have any complaints about them with their heels. Their heels are not the problem. Their heels are what's done perfectly. But the baby faces, man. The baby faces, they need some baby faces. They do. Because Big E by himself just ain't gonna. Big E's by himself. Big E and Priest and Hardy and Cesaro, Corbin. You need more than that, though. You need more. You need more baby faces than that because that's not enough. Like, we need more baby faces. NXT doesn't even have that problem. NXT, their heels get booed and their faces get cheered. So they don't. Even NXT doesn't have that problem. So I don't really understand what's up with that. It's a mix of all three. Booking bad, the fans, and even the wrestler themselves not doing the best. Very fair point. Those are very, very good points. And I mean, I can honestly see where you're coming from with that. Some guys are just not meant to be baby faces. You know, I love Randy, but babyface Randy, I remember one time where I was like, yeah, I love babyface Randy. It's always been like, no, I'll take heel Randy any day. You know, Brock, heel. Like, he's been a babyface before, but I'll always look at Brock as the heel because he's the heel. He's the heel. He works great as a heel. Batista can be both. I can hate Batista and I can love Batista. You know, so he can do both. I cannot see Rey Mysterio being a bad guy. I just can't. Seth, again, good face, good heel. I can love him and I can hate him. Miz, bad guy. You know, EC3, love him or hate him. Chris Jericho, love him or hate him. Kevin Owens, love him or hate him. That's the guys who I think that can nail it. Like, if you can nail being a good guy and nail being a bad guy, then you know you're winning, man. Because that if you can do both, and make them both good, you're winning. Because there's no limit to what you can do. You can be a bad guy, then you can become a good guy, and then you can become an in-between guy. You can be, you know, good, bad, anything you want to do, you can do. But there are guys where they're kind of limited to one thing because either I don't see them being good guys or bad guys, or they fit one more obviously better than the other. Like, I don't know how I would look at Ricochet being a heel. I don't know. Jeff, I'm willing to give a chance. But Ricochet, I don't know. Ricochet's a good guy to me. I don't know if he's going to be a villain. I don't know. Tommy Dreamer, babyface. You know, Cactus Jack, babyface. Even when he was a heel, I liked Cactus Jack. Even when he was a heel, he got cheered. So, you know, you can't really make a heel Mick Foley work because he's just, you know, he's Mick Foley. Bobby, babyface or heel. Preferably heel, but I think he works both. I think he works good as both. Dolph, good babyface, good heel. Edge, good babyface, good heel. I'm just going through that because I can name off guys that do it great. What's up, Devin? How you doing? Jeez, what else was I going to talk about? I was going to mention something else. I kind of forgot it. What was I going to say? I was going to mention something. As far as movies and shows go, though, I've been just watching the usual stuff: The Walking Dead, Naruto, wrestling. I did see a movie called The Night House with Colton and another friend. So I think Colton really enjoyed it. My other friend really enjoyed it, and I loved the movie. I thought it was great. Candyman, I seen that. I'll have to watch that again because I was super tired when I watched it, and I kind of dozed off. So I kind of feel it's unfair to give that movie a review right now. I want to rewatch that movie and give it a chance. But from what I can remember, I wasn't a big fan of it. It was pretty disappointing. I had something else I was going to mention, but I forgot it. And it's going to drive me nuts. But yeah, I just figured I'd get on here and do a little Horrorboy hangout, you know, figured why not, have some fun, talk with you guys. Imagine John Cena trying to be a bad guy. He's been a bad guy long ago, and he can be a bad guy. I'm telling you, Cena doesn't want to do it for some reason, but he can. I know he can be a bad guy. They tried to make The Rock a heel, but people liked him too much. Actually, I think The Rock was a great heel. And people hated The Rock as a heel. When that Hollywood Rock came back and he was talking about how he was better than everybody, he was singing on the guitar, he would roast the towns he'd come to. That heel Rock, I hated that Rock. I hated the beginning heel Rock, and I hated 2003's Hollywood Rock. I hated that Rock. But he could be a good baby face. You know, his recent runs in the 2000s and stuff like that, babyface and heel. Flair, heel. Hogan, kind of both. He could do both. What's up, Chuck? How you doing? How you doing? As far as anything else, though, as far as any updates, I'm going to try and get back to YouTube as soon as possible. The show kind of being put on hiatus right now. I don't know. We'll see. AEW still running strong. We still got constant episodes of AEW being posted every single Wednesday and a pay-per-view on Saturdays. Usually every Saturday. Well, not every Saturday, but usually every last Saturday of the month. Close to it. Pay-per-view coming up pretty soon. I know that we got some stuff filmed, so we got some stuff filmed for weeks, so we're good right now. Yeah, I just wanted to get on here and talk for a little bit with you guys and see what was going on. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. I just wanted to give a little bit of an update with you guys and see how everything was going and let y'all know that yo boy is good and he's all right. Everything's been good. It's been busy. Don't have a new computer yet. Don't have a new camera or editing software yet. So that's why I haven't been making videos. But when I do get my equipment ready, I will be making some more videos here soon. But anyways, guys, thank y'all for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope y'all had a fun time. But anyways, I'm going to head out. The Horrorboy is out of here. Explorer of Horror is out. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.